One story, different angles, perspectives.
As many had expected, Brazil proved unstoppable in the opening match of the FIFA World Cup. Confidence on the football pitch combined with social tension off the pitch, but it was hard to resist the urge to celebrate. Perspectives takes a look at the week leading up to kick-off, starting with France 2. Brazil's heroes are the favourites for this World Cup. A green and yellow wave has engulfed central Rio de Janeiro for several days. In this open-air market, where the national team is venerated, floats a dream to win a sixth time. We'll be champions again, thanks to Neymar. I love Brazil. Brazil, championship number 6. There is an enduring love affair between the Brazilians and Seleção Brasileira, the national football team, their idols. To catch a glimpse of the stars training, Neymar or Thiago Silva, some people are ready to run kilometers over mountainous terrain 2 hours away from Rio. Die-hard fans gather at headquarters. We're from Rio. We're here to see them come rain or shine. But in spite of appearances, Seleção has lost some of its shine over the last few months. The team has been accused of not showing solidarity with Brazilian protesters in the streets. On social media sites, some people have called for their matches to be boycotted, even in songs and on the beach. This activist has set up an anti-Seleção camp where tourists can see him. The players who come from the shanty towns, I don't understand how they can just forget their people who are suffering when they're out there on the pitch. The team is unfairly condemned as guilty, according to former international Juninho. It's not the players' fault if Brazil has problems. That's the way I see it. As for the organization, we have paid a high price. I just hope we'll all be present and accounted for after Thursday. Some people are afraid that social problems will be forgotten if Brazil claims victory. A recent poll said 45% of Brazilians won't support their team, a first in the land of football. With the first whistle came new clashes between the forces of order and angry demonstrators. Swiss media RSI reported from Juiz, a university town in the southwest of Brazil, to show some of the difficulties with disparities in the education system. Not everyone in town sees their future moving along at the same pace. João Roberto, 16, in a private school, already speaks English well and has ambitions to work in international relations. Arthur is 10 and goes to a state school. He's a bit shy, hungry for words, has hair like Neymar. João has formed an opinion about his country already. It's a wonderful place, but with a stupid general mentality. Arthur is in a class where a lot of his mates are illiterate. Their lives run side by side in university towns like Juiz de Fora, on the outskirts of Rio or Sao Paulo or Belo Horizonte. But World Cup has passed them by. Swiss writer Prisca Augustoni has lived and taught here for 12 years. Brazilians have understood that the government shot itself in the foot with World Cup. No one predicted that the country would be going through a critical social passage so strongly. Most of the demands are linked to the lack of investment in education, which is the foundation for civic behavior.
Mancanza di investimento nel settore educazionale, che è quello che forma la cittadinanza.
Public universities do make a difference where Prisca teaches. Classes are twice as big as in private institutions, and the infrastructure and staff are also double. They've piled on evening courses for people who work during the day. Historian Eduardo Oliveira explains. These are the results of President Lula stepping in. He was illiterate till the age of 10 and had to struggle to close such a major gap of social disadvantage. Back to our starting point, where João and Arthur have separate destinies, one in private, the other in public school. One has an elegant building, electronic displays, and mostly white students wearing uniforms. In the other, almost everyone is Afro-Brazilian. There are just 5 classes, not very big, only 2 in use today because of a strike. I've worked here for 26 years. We've been protesting for 18 years.
È il 18° anno che stiamo scioperando.
The librarian leaves us to go to her other job. That's normal in Brazil. Students and teachers in the public schools are obliged to have a second income to scrape enough together for a dignified living. One of Brazil's umpteen contradictions is that it can't respond to the most basic demands. In the shantytowns, some things have changed. Santa Marta de Rio went wild for Thursday's match. It was one of the first to see the authorities clamp down in 2008. Organised crime has dropped off significantly since then, Portuguese RTP reported. The atmosphere, but not the decor, has changed. It's hard to get by when you're missing practically everything. This shantytown's residents have water and electricity, but live in unfinished houses. There's less violence now, but new threats all the same. Sewage is just released in the street. You get bad smells and illnesses, like dengue, from the mosquitoes. When we bring someone here from outside, they can't believe how dirty it is. More and more outsiders are visiting shantytowns. The local economy is growing, and many of them are looking to buy property, but some things never change. Nothing changes here. The important thing is to have cheap liquor, cachaça. Michael Jackson was here in 1996. We don't know if he tried the local cachaça, but everyone here misses him. In this favela, the world is getting to know better and better. I only believed it when I saw him arriving in a helicopter and walking the alleyways. I was with Michael Jackson in our favela. Everyone was so excited, all 6,000 people in the favela. They were just gushing with emotion. A lot of people cried. I have magazine photos from back then, and it was wonderful. Here's Colin Farrell's visit, then Spike Lee. He directed Michael Jackson's video, They Don't Care About Us. Here's Madonna. Let's play. Who are you? Di Maria, Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar. Philippe used to be a boy without a home who didn't talk with the others. He had no family and no goals. Then a favela couple adopted him. He could have died before. Now he's a young man full of energy and talent. When I was younger, I was a crack addict. That stole my youth, took me away from my family, from the people I loved. But then everything changed. I'm much calmer now, since I quit using hard drugs. You're happy here? Yes, I'm happier. I tell the young people not to touch drugs. World Cup is in every conversation these days. It's put a gloss on poverty, a new coat of paint, the whole country sharing the same dream.